I had a whole bunch of shale brought out here to our cabin property, and today I plan to move it with my V1000 on my little dump truck. And we're gonna get it spread all over here because this is where we plan to get married in a month. So I need to get this place all cleaned up and looking right. So I'm gonna try to spread this shale out and make this place look presentable. 1 month. This deck used to come all the way out to here where these posts are, because we had a 9.5 foot tall, 16.5 foot wide bell tent setting on here because this was gonna be a glamp site. Well, we built a cabin instead. So now I gotta get these posts out before I move the shale. So I'll get on that now. It's a beast. You know, for just a homeowner with a Chinese mini skid, I think it looks pretty good. Now, I need to do a little more leveling. I think I'd be better off with the float mode and a land leveler. I didn't bring my land leveler, all I have is a bucket. But for now, I think this is good. Once it rains and gets this packed down a little bit and cleaned off, land leveler over here, and I can make this really smooth and nice. Yeah, not bad, not bad. I'm out here today with my Derette DRT480 and the land leveler, and I'm going to continue my little shale project. Now this is a week later. It just rained heavily yesterday, so the shale's kind of wet and nasty, and it's cold out, clearly. So I'm going to see what I can do about getting this leveled. I might have to wait till it dries out some. I don't know how to work wet, but let's give it a try. Seems to be working pretty well. So this machine has something a lot of them don't. Only the higher end ones do. Up, down, right, left does the tilting, but this has a fifth function. So if you push it forward and then go a little more, it locks in forward, and what that is, that's float mode. So that means that the arms are just resting on the ground, which is great for stuff like this. Let me show you. So I'm coming along, the arms just fall and they're just laying there, no hydraulic pressure. And And that is awesome for what I'm doing right now. So I just drop it in the float, and it just back drags it across the whole way with just the weight of the arms. And a 3,500 pound machine helps pack it down too. This project isn't finished, but it's finished for today, because I've got a bunch of other projects I have to do today before I go back home. One of these days we're going to live here full time. That's the plan. We're going to be married here in a month, less than a month. I'm getting it all ready, have it looking really nice, and then we plan to move here in the future. So this will be our home. Yeah, we cannot wait. One of these days. Unfortunately, some crazy guys got Chinese equipment everywhere. We got disguised mini excavators, got a rock crusher. They just have stuff all over the place. I had this limb fall yesterday. That's one of my projects I need to do. Let's get this cleaned up. But I've got all that shale to spread, because the rain's coming soon and it'll fill the creek back up, and I need to get this shale spread before that happens. So that's a coming, and water comes all the way up here. So the plan is I'm working on raising this whole area with shale as a parking area for my side-by-side. So much to do, so little time. Thanks for sticking around. Not an exciting project, but it's kind of fun to get that one knocked out, mostly done. I'm gonna let it dry out a little bit more because it's still pretty wet, but it does look pretty good over there compared to what it was, because it was all dirt. And once I get this a little bit better leveled, we'll have some gravel on it, and it'll look better. And then still needs to dry out, because you can see how wet it is. This is supposed to be dry. So this is cool about shale. See this rock? They just they get wet and they just fall apart. Isn't that amazing? They just disintegrate. So I ought to be able to come through here with a rake and get rid of all the big rocks just by touching them. Isn't that wild? See this rock? Yeah, it's amazing. Shale's so cool. All these rocks are done. There's a rock. Okay, I'm gonna play with shale, finish my projects, drive my 3.5 hours home, and thanks for sticking around. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.